And I remember you saying something about your dad, and then that's all I remember.
Well, I am going to actually skip that one. I'm going to tell you another one.
Okay.
So my family is my dad's, my grandparents, my paternal grandparents are from Ireland.
Okay.
And my dad decided when he retired, he was going to take the whole family to Ireland. And so he bought our flights, and then his kids and stuff and our significant others, we went. And this was before children. And we were at downtown, Killarney, and there was this beautiful church. And we're like, okay, well, we should go, right? You know, we're here. And it's really interesting because it was set up like a coliseum. And I've never seen a Catholic church like that. So just
inside the church.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're almost like you were in the bleacher section surrounding the altar. It was really something I've never experienced before in my life.
Okay.
And so we're already there. And because my mom is not able to handle stairs very well, we're at the top.
Yeah.
And so you can see things. And all of a sudden you hear a bell ring, and the priest practically ran from the back of the church to the altar. It was just the fastest
Like he was running into the ring for a fight.
It was. And if you've ever seen, here, you get the song and it's like all 4 verses and then they're up on the altar. Well, this guy was on the altar in like 10 seconds flat. And so we're all like looking at each other like, where are we?
Yeah.
What did we walk in?
Little guy comes out, let's get ready to rumble.
Like, are we sure we're in a Catholic church? I mean, are we in the right faith? And so we're already all like, kind of like, just what is happening? And this lady in front of us had this trench coat on, and all of a sudden she sneezed, and it was so loud, like everybody kind of looked our way because you're in this Coliseum, right? So it echoes. No. But when she sneezed, something flew. Like we were like, what is happening? And I'm like leaning out of what would be my pew, but more like a bleacher. And I could not stop laughing. And I look over at my sister, and now I've got my finger over my nose because I know I'm going to like howl laughing. And she starts laughing. My brother starts laughing. Our significant others are all laughing.
Because you're laughing.
Yeah, because this lady, it was her teeth that flew out of her mouth when she sneezed, and they landed like 4 steps down. So when she had to go get them, I'm leaning out, and I'm like, she did not. And she turns around and she looked at us and she put them back in, and we...
Tell me she didn't smile.
Oh my gosh.
God, don't tell me she smiled.
I'm telling you, it was the funniest thing.
My mind is seeing this right now, and it's just like...
Yeah, she sneezed and they were gone. And I was like, what was that? I'm looking over and she picks them up, and oh my gosh.
Apparently they don't fix it and forget it.
I'm telling you, it was like probably a good 5-10 minutes where we could not stop laughing. Like we're all just kind of shaking. And that priest, he's got bird's eye view of everywhere.
That one got me crying. I cannot, because it reminds me of this story. So my mom used to take care of older people with dementia, right? Okay. She would go in and she'd be the person to get their meals together and bathe them and do all that, right? I forget whatever it's called. And so she used to take us over to this one lady's house. She was very nice. She was 80-something, and she had dementia. And kind of the same scenario. My mom had given her something to eat, and we had lunch, and she comes out, and she's like, where's your teeth? And the lady's like, I don't know. And she's like, and it's like, oh no. So my mom was like, we have to find her teeth. And I'm like, oh God, right? Like, this is like the worst hunt, of all time. So you're looking around, right?
Why did I have to come today?
Right. And I was like, Mom, it's really great to spend quality time together. And so lo and behold, I'm sitting there going in my head through lunch, like, what did this lady eat for lunch? It's like, man, if I had bad teeth, what did I eat? So I'm starting to look for soft food, right? So I go in there. There's this huge bucket of grade A cottage cheese, right? And I was like,
You opened it.
Oh yeah.
Right
now,
there.
I need you to put together cottage cheese and dentures, okay? and know that they were open, right? So it looked
there was no spoon stuck in the middle.
It looked like she went... and put it in there. So it looked like a mouth was coming out of the cottage cheese, right? And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Right? I was 10, I think, 12, something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. My mom was like, oh, you want to come over and hang out? I was like, no. I'm busy doing homework and studying and praying.
Yep.
And I wasn't doing any of those things, but I would rather have done those things. And like, God bless my mom and that poor lady. But,
Well, you were a genius to look in there. That would have been the last place I would
I was like, if my teeth hurt, what would I eat? I would have ate cottage cheese, right? But I tell you one thing I don't eat.
Yeah, right.
I don't eat cottage cheese. Like,
that visual.
Right? Yeah.
Sticks with you.
And that's the part that was, because it, like, in my head, I got the slow-mo of the spit going out of her mouth while they're just projectiling. Like,
oh, yeah.
I know that's not happening, but in my head, the teeth are chattering.
Chasing you.
Yeah, because it's funny.
Like a Pac-Man.
Like a Pac-Man.